if you don't have those programs where it says no down payment and no PMI and no this and no that, let's just say you're using just a conventional loan where you do have to put the deposit down, even if it's 3.5%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's thousands of dollars in itself, the 3.5% of the value of the home.
Yep.
Then we're talking about closing costs. Then we're talking about PMI. Then we're talking about escrow. Then, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it just adds and adds and adds.
It
so,
adds
yeah,
up.
I can't see why.
And then moving expenses.
Right. And so, yeah, I can't see why people are renting outside of owning a home.
Yeah. We just living in an age. It's like the age of speed. Like, everything has to happen so fast. We can't wait on anything.
Yeah.
And more than likely, if you're waiting on the closing process, you're back at your parents' house.
Yeah.
You're waiting on this process to end at your parents' house.
I would. Sure.
Yeah.
If I can go to my parents...
It's just the smartest thing to do.
If I can go to my parents' house and not pay anything and wait until I can get my home, I would be there.
Yeah.
2 seconds. You don't have to tell me. All my stuff is already packed and on its way. The movers have came. I scheduled it.
Yep.
Like, I am gone.
But then a lot of us can't because we got whole families at ages 25. I mean,
yeah,
it just is what it is. Especially, in Georgia, in the South, shoot, ain't nothing to do but work and have sex and make babies. That's what we do. We have mad babies.
That's why we gotta change the narrative, man. We gotta want more for our own. We have to want more.
Yeah.
Because there's absolutely no reason why there is. What was the statistics you told me about the Black African American average family in debt?
In debt?
Yeah, you told me about the African American family that typically has debt. You said it's about 70%, and people in that 70% range, they typically have a credit score of a 600.
Oh, 677. The average credit score, and for African Americans is 677, but for every other race is over 700.
Wow.
And 20% of that 677 are below 620.
Wow.
Yeah. That just shows you that there's a connection between wages and credit.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to have really good credit if you don't make a lot of money.
It is. It ties hand in hand.
Yeah, because eventually you're gonna. They keep telling you don't get a credit card to rely on it, but eventually that credit card is gonna make you want to rely on it
because you don't have any other way.
You don't have any other way. Yeah,
it's something short. If you sick, if your child is sick, or where something happens where your paycheck is short and you don't have anything else, what are you gonna use?
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, the smart, logical way, a lot of people say, oh, make sure you have money for a rainy day. But what if your rainy day is literally every day?
Exactly. And
what if your rainy day happens every other day? What if your rainy day happens when your car breaks down and then now, boom, you don't have no rainy day funds?
Everyone's rainy day is the first to end of the month.
I mean, come on.
That's everyone's rainy. Everyone's rainy day is scheduled. It's marked on your calendar. When rent is due, when the cable bill is due, when the light bill is due, when all the bills are due, that's your rainy day, because more than likely those bills are due the same day you get your paycheck.
Yeah.
Your paycheck don't last the weekend.
Yeah.
All them credits then ran up and smacked your bank account and made a chalk outline on your bank statement, and it's back down to what it was before you got paid. Nothing.
You should find that meme that was like when your bills, how your bills be looking when your paycheck hits your account. You should find that meme for just this episode. Yeah. Because that's perfect. It's a perfect example.
Yeah. It's scary out here. It's scary season. Every other Friday is Halloween for your bank account. Hey, for real though. Hey, man. Hey, also, I'm not gonna end off on this note, but if I would definitely end off on this note. All you niggas that work at FedEx, y'all niggas ain't balling. Stop playing. It's the facade. Y'all niggas is lying, son. Why all these money phone niggas all work at FedEx?
Money phones?
Yes.
Oh, you talking about when they have a stack of money and they act like they talking on the phone?
Yeah.
What is that about?
I don't know, man.
What is that?
Stupid.
We know this money. Like, oh, money talks, right? That's what that means?
Money don't talk.
You know that saying, money talks? Like, if you don't talk money, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of... Yeah, so I'm guessing that's where it came from.
If you don't talk money... Nigga, you mean... that's even worse. They know good dang on well they ignore that call when FedEx called them to come in on their day off. You ignoring that call talking about money talks. Nigga, please. Whatever. I remember those days. When manager called me to come in... I'm sick.
What you mean? That number's already on block. Yeah. Shoot, what you mean? She ain't got my number.
Hey, you ever like woke up like early? You probably like drank a little bit the night before and you picked up the phone and it was your manager asked you to come in?
No, because that number is on block. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, you different. I can't block that number all the time because I got to call out.
I block it. Now I call the store.
You gonna unblock it?
I call the store.
They call you from different numbers, man.
They.
You ain't never had a diehard manager. Some of the managers,
they get your friends that call you.
Yeah. Hey, I heard one of my boys. He one of his managers called him to call one his other coworker, and he did it. And I'm just like, yo. You corny nigga.
Right.
You should have just been like, all right, I'll call him and never
do it. Yeah, just never do it. Whose side are you on? Hey. That's supposed to be your friend.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, you want to know something weird? The laptop just said, I got an email saying the Federal Loan Services.
Yo, for real?
All right, I'm
getting off of this, yo. I'm done.
It's time to go. Yo, these phones are wild, yo.
Yes. They listening.
Let's get out of here. All right, everybody. I want to end off with this quick article I found. I just want, for all my millennials out there, I want you all to stay strong. The time has come. It's time to really get serious. I know it's the election year and people keep talking about this, and trust me, I'm one of those conspiracy theorists type, see the big picture types, but this election year is extremely important. Please vote, y'all, because this is getting serious. So this is an article from NPR.com. It's titled "Why Millennials of Color Can't Get Ahead," and this article is extremely important because it really paints a picture for how the next few, I want to say, decades are going to go for millennials. We need to step it up, just mentally, physically, financially. We gotta make up for what the baby boomers have done, because God bless them. They worked extremely hard through the generation. And they got us to a point where we can do the things that we want to do. But a lot of what they're doing is going in vain. And it's not our fault. It's not their fault. It's the people that they have chosen to run this country. And we simply just have to do better and think bigger picture. So in the article, millennials of color, even highly educated ones, are finding it hard to get ahead and build wealth. But why? Please listen, you all. A key reason is the direction in which money flows within families. White millennials are more likely to be able to rely on parents for the kind of financial help that leads to upward social mobility. Money that sociologist Tom Shapiro calls transformative assets. For black and brown millennials, money tends to flow in the opposite direction. And here's Tom Shapiro. He says, Racial disparity in transformative assets became especially striking during interviews with middle-class Black Americans. They almost always talk about financial help they give family members. People come to them. But when he asked white interviewees if they were lending financial support to family members, he said, "I almost always got laughter." He said, "I almost always got laughter. They're still getting subsidized." And for Black and brown millennials, this picture will probably persist well into the future. Ironically, even though Black and Hispanic millennials are less likely to receive financial support from their parents are more likely than white parents to expect their kids to help financially support them later on. According to the Clark poll, upward of 80% of Black parents and 70% of Hispanic parents expect to be supported. And most studies show that a primary reason why people of color are unable to save as adults is because they give financial support to close family. One thing I want to point out is that for some strange reason, and I can't tell you why, but it is installed in our minds that we need to take care of our parents when we make it. That is a false narrative, and you should not think like that. It shouldn't have to be like that. Unfortunately, it will be like that for some of us, maybe most of us. But it shouldn't be like that, and that's not normal. And we need to change that narrative for the next generation, because our family members should be taking care of us now so that we can get ahead. Upward mobility is not present in the Black community nearly as much as it is in the white community. We're not ahead. We are behind. Just because, think about it. All these rappers you hear, the first thing they say is, "I'm going to get my mama a house when I make it." They shouldn't be saying that. They should be saying, "I'm going to get my own house. I'm going to get my kids a house." They're thinking backwards. So after this, when you all finish off with this podcast, I want you to all remember that we need to move forward thinking only, and stay woke, please. Like, don't go to sleep. Don't be corny. Don't sit here and think that everything you need in life is the same shit that depreciates as soon as you pull off the lot. No. Forward thinking only, please. Thank you, everybody. And it's time to go. Thank you, Gabby Ken, for those words of wisdom.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed talking to everyone about, credit.
Yeah, credit's important.
Yeah.
You heard that, everybody. Credit's important. And this is the Securely Insecure podcast. Robert signing out. Oh, lastly, quote from Jay-Z. Do you know what's more important than throwing dollars in a strip club? Credit. I know. Cool.
D-Mark got that heat.
I don't wanna hurt nobody. No. I don't wanna hurt nobody.
Anybody make it through this pain and they a fish. Cuffing on no hoe, but I still miss. Drinking in these pills, they saw my ish. Heartbroken, keep money on my mints. I don't wanna hurt nobody. Keep music, not sorry. If I gotta aim, I got him. I don't wanna hurt nobody. I don't really need somebody. Can't really be known.
I done been in hell and back. Jet by 12 out black. Laying on that mat. I came from pushing on crack. And I got it right back. And I bounced right back. We came right back. Ran up a set. Bitch, I ran up a set. Bitch, I had to get it back. I had to double back. We rockin' and flip a pack. Bitch, I gotta run it back. Running like a running back. Bitch, you know it come with that. Couple hoes I missing back. Good to keep them hoes intact. All black pony, yeah. Bitch, I came from this to that. Trust a nigga, never that. Pussy nigga turned it back. We ain't finna get into that. For nigga, how you figure that? Cross me, ain't no coming back. For nigga, how you figure that? Cross me, ain't no coming back.
D-Mark got that. He
Anybody make it through the pain and they official.